Yugioh. It's the Wisconsin guy again. We went to Michigan Regionals yesterday, myself, the first Okage 6, and our friends. And they told us there that Swap Frog didn't work as we thought it did. So you can't return Swap Frog to your hand unless you can summon another frog. It's quite a problem for that deck. So, in lieu of that, instead of showing an updated version of that, that guy made Infernities for you guys to see. So we'll start with the monsters. 3 Necromancers, 3 Archfiends, 2 Beetles, or 3 Beetles, my apologies, 2 Mirages, Tech Crow, which is very helpful in the mirror match. I mean, this card almost always goes in anyways. It always comes in after side decking, so figured why not try the main one. Avenger and Gruffer, 3 Book of Moons, 3 Launchers, Storm, Foolish, 1 for 1, Mystical Space Typhoon, Reinforcement, and Giant Trunade. The 3 copies of Infernity Inferno, 3 Barriers, this is 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, 2 Dust Tornadoes, Torrential Tribute, Solemn Judgment, Call the Haunted, and a Starlight Road. So now, by this point, I'm sure all of you know what Infernities does, but I'll explain a few of the odder choices a bit more. As I said, Crow. This deck only runs 14 monsters, so Crow isn't that much of a problem in the main. It's not, usually don't get clogged. Your hand doesn't draw a bunch of monsters, so you don't have to wait to discard them. And you can discard him anyways if you need to, or else he's just fodder for Infernity Inferno. Triple Book of Moon. A lot of people aren't playing this, but I found this to be quite the important card, as well, in the mirror match against Infernities, Book of Moon hits their tuner, so they can't combo around you and kill you in one turn, and gives you a turn to push back. Obviously against Blackwings, it stops their Whirlwind's activations, and just in general, Infernity doesn't always go off on the second turn. So sometimes you really need those extra turns to live. So Book of Moon is quite helpful. Same with Bottomless Trap Hole. A lot of people start playing Infernity very defensively, but sometimes it's essential to play it defensively, or else you're just not going to get there because they're going to kill you and they're going to push harder than you can. Same with Torrential Tribute. I mean, a lot of people aren't maining that. We were maining D Prisons, but we decided to cut those because they're not ideal and they're very slow this format. I don't think I really need to go over what the deck as a whole does for you guys, because it's Infernities. It goes herp, derp, synchros, and then repeats the process, because that's just what it does. A lot of people I've seen are playing only 1 or 2 of these, or more Gruffers than Infernity Infernos, but this card is the best -3 in the game. And if you're going to play Infernities, you should probably play 3 of them, because it is essential for the combos. And I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outs to a double special summon in this deck. So -3ing yourself with that kind of odds are pretty good that you're going to bring back those monsters that you're discarding and mitigate any advantage loss. But that doesn't really matter because you're playing a combo deck. I'll show my extra and side deck briefly. They're probably not the best. Android, Armory Arm for those crazy classifier combos. Stygian Sergeants. This card's actually really good, and if you go into it with an Avenger and Archfiend, it's the only way you can go into it. But having him there is essential. I mean, he goes attack, becomes 3,000, attack, comes 3,800, attack. He can just clear your opponent's whole field. It's very good against X-Sabers, and can win you the game on the spot without having to worry about cards like Gorge or Battle Fader. Gorge Cataster, Brownac, Urquasis, you need a level 6 to synchro into a lot of the time. Goyo Guardian, Black Rose, Colossal, Stardust, Thought Ruler Archfiend, 100 Eyes Dragon, which This card is really funny because you can copy Mirage and keep doing Mirage combos. Red Dragon Archfiend, and 2 copies of Mistborn. A lot of people that I've seen aren't playing either Red Dragon or Thought Ruler or Black Rose Dragon, and they're just playing 3 copies of Mistborn. And I kind of agree with them, but I just didn't want to take another Mistborn out of my binder. But if you're going to play Infernity, remember, you should probably be playing 3 of these, especially at high-level event, because you will be able to go into 3 on a given turn very easily. My side deck, I'm missing a Hero's Rule, by the way, but my side deck is Swallow Flip, 2 Kaikus. A lot of people aren't playing these inside Infernity side deck either, but like myself, a lot of people side in 2 to 3 DD Crows. They max out on the Crows after side decking, and they side in Crevices. And this card single-handedly stops Crevice, and it puts them, especially in the mirror match or against Quick Draw, it puts them in a position where they can't do much because they don't have monsters in their grave to do anything with. So I found this card pretty helpful and useful, and I would probably side it in a Shonen Jump or a regional. The obligatory 3 copies of Rykos, because other than them you have absolutely 0 oaths to Consecrated Light, other than the Book of Moons, that is. But these are necessary to bring in Game 2. The other 2 copies of DD Crows for the mirror match. I don't side these in against Frog. A lot of people have been siding this card against Frog. That is wrong. Unless you're playing against Frog OTK. If you're playing against Frog Monarchs, you side a DD Crow, you discard the DD Crow, and then they put another Treeborn Frog in the grave. And you just -1 yourself against a Monarch deck that thrives on card advantage. So remember, this card against Frog Monarchs is not something you want to bring in. But you should all be siding this card, because this you do want to bring in against Frog Monarchs, because it can hit Frog and Ronin Totem, or 2 frogs at the same time. And this card is obviously amazing against Infernities. It's not too bad against Quick Draw. I mean, it stops their Debris Dragon and Avarice. But this card is definitely the best common from the new set. And I would side it in 3 in a lot of my decks, and I did in Frog Monarchs. The 3rd copy of Dust Tornado. And finally, Hero Rules, which I need 1 more of. If anyone has that, I will trade you for it. But this card is great. It not only stops them from crowing and crevicing you, it also, in the mirror match, stops their launchers, their mirages, their Call of the Haunted. This card is crazy. It just does so many things. It even stops Goyo Guardian. So you might want to remember that next time you're playing with Infernities, that this card does many crazy things to the graveyard affecting cards. And I think that's all I got. I think my deck box is empty. Yep. Well, YouTubers, tomorrow I will be posting another trade binder video. I got a bunch of cards, and I actually organized them. So remember, rate, comment, subscribe. Peace.